Alright, Oscar, today we're talking about Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. I haven't seen the first. Do you think that matters?
I don't think so. Hopefully they give us like a 45-minute, summary of the first, and then we can just jump into the rest of the film.
Alright guys, today we're going to be talking about Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. It currently has a Letterboxd rating of 2.3, an IMDb rating of 3.7, and a Rotten Tomatoes rating of 25%. Caveat, there's only 8 reviews. Oscar, what's the plot?
Okay. We've already said it. So this film is a sequel to the last film, Silent Night, Deadly Night. In that film, an orphan boy is traumatized by Santa and dresses up as Santa, goes on a killing spree. This film is about his brother, who does the exact same thing. Okay, so this is
in less amount of time.
So this film, I can't believe it's famous for like another quote at the end of the film. We'll get to that, but I did not realize in terms of like filmmaking, the first 45 minutes are just clips from the first film, and then the rest of the film is just the brother doing the exact same thing. So the plot is, a now adult Ricky talks to a psychiatrist about how he became a murderer after his brother Billy died, which leads back to Mother Superior.
Now, do we think Ricky's in the first movie, or he's an addition?
Very much an addition.
Yeah.
Definitely. There's this beautiful shot where, like, I think Billy has just killed somebody, and they pan up to this child, and then they cut. So like this film was like the first film pretty well made, and then just suddenly it cuts to almost like camcorder recording, and then just like a smaller boy who kind of looks like Ricky. Which
there's such a huge differentiation between what's you can definitely tell what's from the first film with that budget and nice lighting and like just good
effort
and everything, and what's filmed on a Thursday afternoon, casually by a porn crew.
We got this Santa outfit. Should we just, I don't know, smash it out? All right. So, have you ever seen a film like this before?
No. Like, I think we brushed when we were talking about Elves, we very quickly brushed over some Christmas horror films.
Mm.
The ones that I like the original Black Christmas, which people say started the slasher craze. Mm-hmm. And I really love Better Watch Out.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, and I'm still sticking to that point, there's no more. And as a quick who would watch this, if you like either of the two movies I just said, it's not you.
It's not you.
This movie's not for you.
Well, I mean, I'll give it this.
This is for people who have ever sat down and gone... This is just ruining the whole kind of construction of the show because I'm starting off with it. But if you've ever sat down for a sequel and gone, God, I wish they just did a 40-minute recap of the first film. Oh, Die Hard 2? How'd he get here? And just did a quick cut of like Hans Gruber dying, him saying yippee-ki-yay, them saying ho ho ho, now I have a machine gun, and being like, oh, I'm caught up. Now I can enjoy what seems to feel like just more clips slightly more cohesively.
But then it's like they've done Die Hard, but he's in the next building over, and it's his brother, Bill Finn McLean, and he's also fighting a German man, and that's the whole plot. I'll say this now, who would watch this? If you love watching two films simultaneously, and they're very similar films, you're gonna love this.
If you're somebody that was like, God, I wish they somehow intercut all 3 of the Hobbit films with all 3 of the Lord of the Rings films, this is probably for you?
Oh, God. Okay, so...
Do you want to jump into it,
Let's jump into it. Okay. We're going to be summarizing 2 movies very quickly.
I know.
But the glue that holds this film together is we're followed Ricky, who is the brother of Billy, who is the protagonist in the first film.
He's very poorly cast glue.
Oh, yes. He is water at this point.
Nothing's holding... He is like hand sanitizer. It's like or like sticky tape that doesn't stick.
It's sticky tape that's been used 14 times.
Yeah.
And it's got a little bit of edge. Like, you could put down a box, but it's not great.
He's the liquid whiteout that you've put on a box to try and get it to stick together, and you've gone, well, it's hardened, but it is beginning to crack, and it falls down immediately.
Any tension will break this.
And you go, well, it was holding when I stood away from it, so it counts. That's what I feel like the directors were. They were like, here it is. If you can't edit this together, editor, then that's on you.
We need a feature film. You've only filmed an hour of raw footage.
Most of this is in just a single room. With your actor darting around like a cartoon from different parts of the screen. Being like, am I here? I'm over here. Yeah.
I'm crazy. Yeah, so Ricky is in this like asylum, and an interviewer policeman comes in and is like, hey, tell me about those murders. He's like, I would never do that. But here, let me tell you my entire tale. Let's go. First film. We start.
Well, I do love the first interaction is, you can call me Dr. Arnold. Fuck off, Doc! And I was like, oh god, it's already too much, because the interview style is his chair is like 100 meters away from wherever they're recording. The chair's not even facing him. And the lead actor's like flamboyantly looking over his shoulder with a cigarette like he's getting painted or he's gearing up to fuck the doctor.
Does he? No.
Well, we don't see it, but I'll make an argument for he does.
He does. I think so. Yeah, he's pretty much got a chair in the corner facing the corner. He's like, let's do this interview. It's like if we went over to this other corner of the room and was facing the corner, both of us, recording the podcast by whispering.
So we get told it's Christmas Eve.
Yes.
He's like, who killed your parents, Ricky?
Santa Claus. Smash cut to the first film.
And I was very confused as to are we being recounted these events from the point of view of a baby? Who's like, I remember it like it was yesterday.
They say this. I think the interviewer goes, but you were just a baby. And Ricky goes, but I remember. Insane. So then, oh god. Let me get the first film. It's such a weird one to do a podcast on. Because do we just go through the first film? Which, from what I can see of the first 40 minutes, is like a campy, cheesy slasher film.
Well, because I got confused and I kept on being like, why are we seeing so much of Billy? Isn't Ricky telling this story? Like, it took a while for me to then look up and go, oh.
That's what's happened.
Because I think, were you already watching it? Did I give you the heads up that the first 40 minutes...
You gave me the heads.
Because I thought it was really confusing.
I was very confused. Because I wrote down Ricky as the protagonist. And then it goes Billy. I went, oh, fuck, did I get his name wrong or something? Like, what's going on? Why is he older? I don't get it.
Oh, yeah, I was like, there's such an age difference. Such a dramatic age difference. I feel like most of the money must have gone to trying to blend, like, other children into... it's just, like, such a mess. Anyway, so... we follow Billy through his time at the asylum. So his parents get murdered by Santa... in a non-slashery way. I was very confused. He's like, hey, pull over. I got a gun!
Got a gun, shoot the dad.
Yeah, get those tits out. There's so much nipples.
For the 80s slasher...
it's almost so many nipples.
So many nipples.
So many nipples. For listening at home, Oscar has got his nipple out. Oscar, don't lick it. No. Ah! Alright, I'll give it a lick too. Icy.
Oh, what?
I really come to love an audio medium.
Oh, it's great.
You can just lie.
We can lie. Hey, Carl, nice watch. Where did you get it?
It's out of my ass.
All right,
what a gag! What an incredible gag!
I know a great thing of the audio medium: cutting and editing. Can't do that.
No, because I'm going to bring it back. For the listener at home, Oscar's least favorite thing about me is if a gag I say doesn't work, I'll sprinkle it out through the episode despite him, so he can't edit it all out. He has to keep in the first gag.
I've tried so hard sometimes. And I'm just like, it's like, I've been doing it for like 2 hours. I'm just like, control edit, control delete, control delete, control delete. He gets to have it. He gets to have this shit gag.
Because by the 5th time I say it, it kind of works. Comedy's a rule of 5s.
Oh, fuck it. Okay, so Billy's motivation is that he saw his mum kind of get, like, sexually assaulted by Santa.
And parents killed.
Yeah. And then he's taken to an orphanage where a nun...
does most of the damage.
Nearly
all of the damage.
That's Mother Superior. She's the nun. So then Billy sees two people having sex, and then the Mother Superior beats the crap out of the people having sex, who are adults. I don't know why they take it. This woman's like 70. I don't know how they go...
like, nuns are celibate, right?
Yes.
So she's just like,
you're a sin. No marriage.
So, but then Billy's the one that gets punished too.
Yeah.
Because another nun was like, come out and play.
And then he looks through the peephole.
Yeah. So now he knows sex bad. Sex is a sin.
Yeah.
Alright? But also the route that he thinks that his parents died is because he was up late. And Santa punishes kids who don't go to sleep.
Yeah.
So he also thinks that Santa punishes sinners. Right. So now we get told so many different... like, all the reasons this nun has fucked him up.
Oh my god, it's
The
terrible.
nun ties this child to a bed at one point. Because he hasn't been sleeping because he has bad dreams.
Yep. And she's like, I don't know, cure this. Staple him to a bed.
All the other kids who are free in his dorm looking around going, this is the right thing to do.
This is fine.
I guess they're gonna kill us. Then the nun's like, you have to sit on Santa's lap.
Oh my god,
And
he's
I'm
been
like,
traumatized. His parents got shot by Santa. He assumes this is the murderer that's murdered his parents. He's obviously like, nah, I'm fine. Runs away. The nun's like, well, you're not going to do it. I'll spank you.
Well, he punches Santa,
Yeah.
who flies across the room. Like, all their money must have been spent on harnesses to pull this actor
Again,
meters away.
He's 7 years old. He gets the force of a boat into his jaw. He's gone.
I'm convinced the actual actor did punch him, and the kid does have powers. So then, after all of this trauma...
Yeah.
which is circulating with the original trauma of Santa. Mother Superior gets him a job at a toy store, and he has to be the Santa. And it cuts to him looking at himself in the mirror, basically having a mental breakdown.
And then the boss is like, well, you're up, son, it's Christmas Eve, get those kids going. And then he whispers to this kid. He pretty much
It's such a good...
He goes into this little girl's like, oh, I would love Nintendo. He's like, I know how to punish you. I know how to punish you so hard. And then, like, the store manager's like, great job.
He's so good with children.
He's so good with children.
Because he's all like, if I don't bring toys, I severely punish. Oh, God, he's great with my daughter. Does he babysit? Like, oh, God, I'd love to just have him around the children. What an influence.
Okay, then he's at the Christmas party.
Yeah.
Very sad. These people on Christmas Eve having a Christmas party. And then two co-workers start,
But before this...
my mistake. Go on.
Sorry. So before this, he's told by the person that owns the store, you best be going and doing the Santa Claus things.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get... It's like, he hasn't been told Santa's fake, I guess, his entire life. So his assumption from this line is, oh...
Go kill.
I have to go kill the sinners.
Yeah.
Wild.
I don't know how he got this far. Sure, he got trauma and stuff, but did no one say, hey, Santa's not real? Anyway, yes, you're right. So then
it's such a fun conceit that he's like, I have to do this now.
Also, just real quick, this is still the first film. Wild. Anyway, so then he watches some co-workers getting it on. He's like, I'm gonna kill them. He strangles...
Well, the guy begins to rape.
He does.
That's where he's like, that's a sinner.
Which is good. I guess that's...
He does do a good
thing. Morals. He then strangles him.
Yeah.
The woman's like, hey, you just murdered a man.
I think she should be more thankful. He was literally about to violently rape her.
There's, in the second film, this happens literally again, and the woman thanks him.
Yeah.
So the second film's better. But yes, so then...
But this is the second film.
My mistake. Oh, my mistake. Anyway, he then gets a hammer, I think... smashes her head in, and then the boss is like, whoa, what's going on here?
Why does he kill the boss? He hasn't sinned.
No,
He
but
kills
seen.
the sinner, then kills everybody else for the sake of it.
He's a murderous Santa. I'm not going to go, well, what's his morals?
Well, I do like the fact, because he goes, goes and, like, he goes and grabs, like, an axe, and, like, kills this chick, and as he's murdering it, it's the quickest cut to, Ricky in the asylum, so murders just happen and it just cuts in. He's like, it wasn't his fault.
That's the thing. This first film is like a cheesy, campy slasher. This and the bits of the second film that are intercut with it, it's just this guy in this interview talking about like this, and then Ricky, Billy, my mistake, stabbed her. It wasn't its fault though.
And constantly during all of this, there's so much tape running out. Most of this movie is just a doctor changing tape. Like, they make so... It's like if we had to constantly be like, alright, Oscar, stop the podcast, we're going to change the tape. 20 minutes has passed, change that tape again. It must be hours for him.
Honestly, yeah, because it's like an old whiny which 1987. I feel like
is he whining at himself? He's like trying to... He's like, hey, I'm recording this onto a record so I can play this later.
Don't mind the noise, just turn the record machine on.
It's double-sided, let me flip that baby.
Let me go check the B-side of Ricky confessing to murder.
You know what I thought was funny, though, as a thought that I just had now was, if you watch the second movie first, and then watch the first movie, would you be like, this first one's just doing everything that happens in the second film? Why would they rip all of this movie off? Why would they do that? How lazy is this first film?
This is so lazy. All they've done is added these pointless joining scenes. Almost glue, if you will.
Who wants to see these characters talk? I just get to see them die. The nerve. Anyway, so this chick, so basically, he comes at her with the axe.
Yep.
She dodges him, knocks him out. She takes the axe, which I think is smart.
Yep.
She goes and tries to axe her way out of this place, which is smart. He goes to fire an arrow at her, to which she goes, no, don't. So he doesn't. She throws an axe at him, and then she gets arrowed.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that he stopped for her. I thought that was really sweet.
It's very sweet. Is he the best protagonist we've had so far?
No, elves.
Elves.
The protagonist in elves, not the elves in elves.
No, they were bad people.
No, they were very bad. They were Nazis.
They were Nazis. Tick.
So then he just goes on a huge killing spree.
He breaks into a house, doesn't he?
Yeah, more nipples. So many nipples.
There's another scene of people getting it on.
Yeah.
They're quite happy and consensual.
Yeah, they're having a gay old time, but
Billy
not
then...
because they're straight.
They are, so it's a straight old time.
But they are having a happy old time, so it is a gay old time.
It's a gay old time. Anyway, then Billy puts the woman on some antlers on a moose head.
Yeah, to which the guy is like, well, where's she gone? I guess I'll put a shirt on reluctantly. He spends a long time being like, I'm horny, and I don't know if she's going to come back down, so I want my shirt to already be off. But if she's not, then I guess I'll have to put it back on.
It will look weird. I don't want to be... I don't want to be looking weird.
He's like, I don't want her to come back down, my shirt be on, and her go, so we not having sex.
Yeah.
But then I don't want to come upstairs, her cat see me and go, oh, so you were going to have sex.
The cat's judging him.
The cat's very judgy. So he compromises and goes, I'm just going to play pool shirtless. While I wait. Just sets all the balls up, goes and plays a cracking game of pool by himself. It takes him ages to be like, I guess she's not coming. I've sunk the 8-ball in the right order, so I guess I'll go check what's going on with the cat
that's
upstairs.
his metrics of time. It's like, well, I played one game of pool. That's enough time for me to go check on her.
That's 90 minutes. So that's 7 changes of tape. So I can only imagine Ricky was sitting there being like, yeah, so he did the white ball to the red ball, but he missed it, didn't go in. But it lined him up perfectly for the purple. Just perfectly for the purple.
The interviewer is just looking at the tape going, this is $14 a roll. I'm going to stop it here. He's like, don't stop it. I might talk about murder. The white ball that just grazed the blue 8. but nothing came of it.
Because of the greys, though, he had to re-chalk. So where was the chalk? God, I'll tell you. The chalk was... He'd be like, God, this is costing the state so much money to get your story. And it's 90% pool.
Also, they gave him, 4 rolls of tape. He goes through it...
He goes through it
so quickly.
You got because he got strangled with one, so he's only down to 3 pieces of tape. That's not enough tape, I'll tell you.
Oh god, the state's like, alright, we know he's the largest he's killed 14 people, but we only have $13 of tape. Can you get it in this? It's like, if he doesn't talk about pool, we're fine.
Somebody needs to cut this movie, but it's the 2 main characters of Mindhunter. Come in and sit down, and I'm like, so why'd you kill him? And he's like, pool. Just pool.
It's the angry old man just going, tell us more. He's just like, well, then the Red Bull. Oh god, the Red Bull.
But it would be so much more entertaining.
So much entertaining.
The camera would be veering closer, and I'd be like, what the fuck happened to the Red Bull? Holy shit. Finch is a genius.
And then again, I just saw Mank. No, I'm not seeing Mank. We will be bringing it up next episode, though. Okay. So then Billy's kills the man. We're just smashing through this. We have yet to get...
We can just get up to... it then cuts and the police are, looking for Santa, who's a killer.
Yeah.
And they see a guy climbing a ladder up to the 3rd story on a building, going through the window, and they're like, there's the killer! And they run in, ready to gun him down. Who is it, though?
It's not. It's the dad.
And he's like, huh?
Do they... if I remember correctly, they shoot, 4 Santas.
Oh, yeah.
Constantly. There's one Santa on the loose, and it's at Christmas time, and the police are just... Is this a commentary? Anyway, the police just start shooting every Santa they see. Go, wasn't him. All right, come on, boys, to the next one.
Kill anything in red. Just... Oh, God. So it then cuts to these 2 boys that are going to go sledding.
Yep.
They're like, God, look at this hill. And it cuts, and it couldn't be more flat. And this is my biggest issue.
It's the chunkiest, flattest hill. You're not getting a sled down there.
You're not getting any momentum on this. This is not a hill. This is not... They have nowhere to slide. I'm convinced somebody would have had to have strung them with string, down to get them.
Also, I'm going to say this now. What... Was this part of the film so important they had to bring it to the second film? Because it doesn't really go anywhere. It's just these 2 sledding boys. Sure, he kills them, but, we spent a lot of time with these sled boys.
They're bad bullies. Because they bully these kids out of sledding. And sledding's not cool.
No.
Especially on a flat surface. He's like, you gotta go first because this is scary. And I'm like, it looks like it's about 3 meters. And it's flat as shit. Because when he goes down and it cuts, it's the steepest fucking thing. They've clearly gone to a different area.
They've gone to Mount Everest just to push them out down and gone, I don't think it'll cut very well.
The poor editor must have been there being like, ugh.
The poor editor gets all the props.
Give this editor a fucking Oscar.
Sadly, it's also the director. So...
He doesn't get a reward. You don't get a reward. Who did the first film? Is the first film
someone
good?
Else?
Oh god, it's funny because I was watching that Die Hard thing I was telling you about how they made Die Hard, and they do a really good point about how well edited that movie is because stunts kept on getting screwed up and things just kept on not going well, and the editor would look at the dailies and went, "Oh, I could totally cut that into the movie." So it looks like nothing goes right for him.
Yeah.
So anytime a stunt misses a catch and falls to the next vent, he's like, get this shot of just the hands going.
Yeah.
And I can cut it so it looks like he just falls to that vent.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, what? Yeah. Well, like an intuitive editor to be being like, oh, don't reshoot that. I can use that.
Yeah.
And that's such a good part of the film.
But it makes him look even more flawed.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, he really is fucking up. And then in the 4th one, I'm pretty sure he jumps out of a plane.
Yeah, he crashes a car into a helicopter. To which Justin Long goes, you killed a helicopter with a car. Flawless film, 5 stars. Everybody loves all 4 Die Hards.
Apparently the 3rd one's great.
Yeah, I do love the 3rd one.
I've not seen that one.
Goes for me, it's 1, 3, 2, 4, 5. 5's terrible. It's in Russia at Chernobyl.
A die hard today. A hard on.
A good day to die hard.
Bad.
I want die hard on. Anyway, so the bullies' heads get just chopped off.
Yep.
And this is where I get really sick of the eyebrows. Cuts back and he's like,
have we mentioned Ricky's eyebrows?
You can mention Ricky's eyebrows. I'm getting PTSD from it.
He raises his eyebrows 150 times, and it works every single time. Carl's wrong. It's a great character choice. It's like Heath Ledger and the lips, he licks them. It's like Ricky's eyebrows, they're always up and down.
If you want to see good eyebrow work, Jake Gyllenhaal in... This is true. Jake Gyllenhaal in Prisoners chooses to have really intense eyebrows to make it look like he has, like, Tourette's.
Yep.
And it just makes it look like that's the reason he's got to keep going with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so much more subtle. And, like, he's got both moving at different paces at different times.
Jesus.
Like, that's great eyebrow work. 10 out of 10 eyebrow work.
Someone's just writing down a note, watch Jake Gyllenhaal for eyebrows.
I'm convinced Jake Gyllenhaal watched this movie and went, oh, I get what he's going for. But he's not.
Oh, he's almost there. He's almost got that. But it's still a bad film. But if he had that, it would be, mwah,
Hey,
Oscar.
Denis Villeneuve, I was just watching Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 last night, and I got really caught off guard by this thing, and he's like, you watch the eyebrows? Bring them in!
I like that he's seen it, and that's the only thing he's taking away from the film. Like, oh, those eyebrows, get them in.
He's like, I was going to put it in Arrival, but we can put it in this.
The aliens?
That's how they communicate. It's just the eyebrow. Amy Adams is like, I'm going to crack the code, baby!
It's just a big wall of eyebrow movements. Like, what does it mean? If you crack that, you can tell time.
Forrest Whitaker walks in. I was watching Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 last night.
He's like, wait a minute, did you all see it? And he goes, did I get invited? He didn't get to watch Silent Night 2, Deadly Night 2.
Anyway, so then Billy makes his way to the orphanage to go kill Mother Superior, who 100% deserves to die.
Oh, 100%.
I was shocked that she's not killed off in the first movie.
Yeah.
Because I'm like...
You're a bad person.
That's anticlimactic. She's the main villain.
Yeah.
Like, why would we be sympathetic to her? She constantly downgraded his trauma and
made
turned him
it
into a
way
murderer.
worse.
If you watch the documentary of Making a Murderer, this is her. It's her fault. There, I've said it. Come at me, Netflix, but seriously, give me a show.
Come on, give me a show. I'll make one about Mother Superior.
So Santa is walking closer and closer to
the orphanage.
Ricky, to the orphanage,
Ricky, yeah.
The cop fucking runs out of the car, points at him, he's like, stop! Guns him down in front of Ricky. Blood spurting everywhere. It was the janitor. Dun dun dun!
I was shaking in my boots. In my little booties. This is now Ricky's inciting moment. This is why Ricky also doesn't like Santa.
Yeah. Because Santa's gunned down... Because they do this twice, because then they gun down his brother in a Santa costume.
Yes.
So 2 Santas are killed in the same day by, like, the same person within a small span of time, both dressed as Santa, one of whom is his brother. But also the brother's greatly aged and Ricky has...
Oh, yeah, no, it's incredible.
The brother's like, I'm 90 now, and the younger one's like, I'm still 10.
Anyway, so then, yeah, so this is... And do we start on the second film?
Really quickly, when did Mother Superior get into a wheelchair? There was a part where she just started wheeling around in a wheelchair back at the orphanage, and I went, well, when did this happen?
I think they filmed that in the second film.
Yeah.
And because she's in a wheelchair for the rest of the film, I think she just she's old now and can't walk.
Do we think the actress is in a wheelchair? Oh, no, I guess they just tried to age up the character.
I think so, yeah, because Mother Superior's in the second one. Keep calling it the second one, this is the second one. But she's got something on her face. Yeah. And I think that's to disguise her as an age, because they say it's a stroke. But a stroke doesn't do that to you. So I think she can, but I don't think she can walk. I'm not sure. I
do like the fact because the police officer's like, we need to bunker down and get you guys to safety, and she's like, nobody's getting in. The brother walks through the front fucking door. You don't even
A small child walks up to him like, "Hey Santa, what's going on? Let me into the orphanage."
Floored.
Oh,
The nun was basically like, "Look, I'm in a wheelchair. If the children die, I get a great tax rebate. So leave all the doors and windows open."
you would not believe the amount of money you can make in an orphanage. The cash just keeps flowing. Honestly.
So anyway, we now get to present day-ish, or present day of the film.
Yeah. 1987.
I would say that the sound quality goes from nice, crisp tones to
Carl, I don't know why you're complaining. That's authentic, because that's what the tapes would sound like. They've done really clever. They've gone, what would it sound like if it was recorded? It's like a found footage.
It's a found tape.
It's a found tape with
Could
visual
you
media.
turn on this movie and it's audio? Just audio? Hey, I found a tape.
What, this podcast?
Close up on tape. Yeah. Now that you say it, it's like, who the fuck does listen to podcasts? Where's the visual medium?
Pitching a podcast. I just don't know who would.
Now I've said it out loud. What is the point of this?
What is the point of this?
Oscar, shut it down.
Shut it down.
Let's start unwinding the tape.
Carl, we've used 5 tapes already. They cost $12 a piece. We're $60 down the drain. We're finishing this because now we're on to Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 Part 2, because the first part was technically 1. So now we're up to 2.2.
Yeah, we're at 2.2.
Yeah. Ricky is now in the asylum. He's like, all right, this is my story.
He's like, so anyway, let's get to the middle brother that was my child.
They've done the exact same, taken the first bit, but put like a moustache superimposed onto him. What's that guy's name? I believe it's...
Mario. That one's Luigi. Mario.
It's just someone playing Super Mario for like 40 minutes. That's some footage. All right.
Who's the other one that we like? Mole. Okay, so the
Monty Mole fandom is over the moon with that.
Thank God, this is most of our fan base. We've had a lot of letters, not emails, but letters come into us asking us to up the ante on Monty Mole.
Oh yeah.
So I guess let's break down his costume work.
Okay.
It awakens something grisly in me. Oscar?
Would you say it awakens a mole in you?
Sorry?
A
yes,
mole.
but the mole needs to be checked out.
And he's Monty.
It's cancerous.
The
mole.
Oh. That's comedy.
It's a rule of 5s.
This mole bit will pay off when we say we got we got cancer a month.
Hey, we've got cancer coming in today for an interview. Hey, cancer, what gives you the right? How fucking dare you destroy lives and families?
Should we make a horror film about cancer
Personified
as a mole?
No.
Named Monty.
Dude, it's like the annoying orange, but it's like googly eyes and a mouth and a mole on a body.
Oh, that's hideous. Did you ever see...
It's tasteful, though.
It's not tasteful. There's this awful ad that used to play in Australia, and it was like it's like a sun cancer ad. It's like this really tasteful beach shot, and then it zooms in on this, like, a mole, but it's this guy's face pushing through the skin.
Ugh, I hate
and it's
that.
just like, it's a beautiful day for cancer. And it's like, put some sun cream on.
Instead of it's a beautiful day for a white wedding, does
Yeah,
it sing?
it's a beautiful day. It's a cancer.
Cancer!
It's literally that. And that's why I always wear sun cream.
Because you don't want that.
I don't want that filthy mole on my body singing about
I'm
cancer.
convinced that man will come and haunt you.
It's terrifying. I'm tempted to pause the podcast, show you, and then we can return.
Anyway, so Ricky gets adopted.
Yes.
And then he's just chilling in the street.
He goes like, I've got a perfect life. My family's really happy and I'm really starting to recover.
Think they tell the parents that he should repress everything he's seen. And then he, like, a day after adoption, they run into nuns in the color red.
Oh my god.
And she's like, oh no. And they take her back to the young nun and she's just like, oh, Mother Superior thinks that you'll just get out of this phase. And I'm like, You were wrong the first time. Why are you doubling down on doing it
You
to
know
another
what? The
child?
brother did kill a lot of people, but I think we should go with the exact same plot as the first film. Sorry, first method of the first film and ignore it until it ripples into something big.
Because it's a shame because the dad's sitting there and is like, well, he's my son now and I want to help him. And I went, wow, that's wholesome. Cut to his grave.
I like that the filmmakers went, oh shit, the dad might change something. They go, we'll kill him off. How do you want to do that? He dies.
Hey, how much for a gravestone? Oh, God, maybe $1,500. Okay, fashion one out of floss and cardboard, and we'll go to a field. And then from that field, he can just walk into murder immediately.
It's an empty graveyard, isn't it? It's completely empty.
It's not another... It's like they went, we're just going to start one. Is that how they start? Someone just chooses a plot of land and is like, we'll just put one here.
It's kind of like when you have like a garbage throw out day. You start it and everyone's like, oh my god, broken fan. Might as well just throw it there. But the broken fan's your grandma. Just chuck it one.
And somebody's driving past and is like, oh, we do need a grandma.
It's a little bit worn out, but I think the kids wouldn't mind it.
Oh, it comes with a free wheelchair. Yes.
It's Mother Superior in a pile. I've always needed a nun.
Oh, don't worry, we'll attach her head back on with floss and tape.
This gravestone, I think, was right there.
I'm convinced you would have driven past this studio and all the props would just be on the lawn.
Just chucked out there.
Look, there's the ladder that Dad climbed up into the third story of that building in the middle of the first film.
I would love to see how much props go for this film.
Oh, too many. Too many. How massive must warehouses be on studio lots for props?
Mostly so much. I watched like a little thing about The Shining, like them, because apparently the axe got sold off at the end of the production for $5 because a guy needed an axe. Like no one thought they'd care about this, so it just sat in his garage for like 30 years, and his wife threw it out. So the axe that was sold for $5 thrown away. So I guess they must just do massive sales. I think nowadays, if they know the film's going to be like kind of liked, they'll like keep everything.
Here's what I don't understand is, so they would have bought an axe for that movie, and then what? Warner Brothers just stood there and went, "We'll probably never use an axe again."
They had like 10 axes. Because, like, they needed them, just, like, for different ones. Yeah, they were just like, I'm not going to use this.
What about just another film?
But then you have to store it.
It's like when when they use a dog in multiple movies, they don't go, we'll just put this one down.
I think it's easier. You don't have to store it to keep it alive.
Took 23 dogs to make Marley and Me. Get rid of them.
Owen Wilson's just strangling.
Owen, do it yourself.
No, but, like, it's an axe. You can buy them for, like, $5. Just buy it next time.
So anyway, there's these weird, these fade edits that are like 30 millisecond fades, where he's like, and he's like, I've never told anyone this before. Beat shows a little bit of the clip, cuts back, here it comes. I was like, oh. His performance is unnerving.
I'll give it this. It's pretty wacky, but like skewed a little bit. I feel bad for the actor.
It's totally Nicolas Cage-like.
Yeah, I think, because I was like reading up, so then there's two directors.
Yeah.
They both were giving him different direction. But the only constant thing was overact. So like, I think he's got a rough deal. And now he has like, his like dying legacy for all of life is the one quote at the end of the film.
Oh, poor guy. But that's like, how did two directors not know how to work together? It's not like the Russo brothers or the Coen brothers. One of them comes up and is like, okay, play it like this. And then they go away and the other one comes up and he's like, I don't know, play it gay.
See what happens.
Yeah.
But constantly, both of us do agree, the eyebrows gotta go up and down, up and down.
Up and down. They're like, hey, we've been seeing what you're doing with your eyebrows. We love it. We think you're going to inspire a lot of Denis Villeneuve work in the future.
Who's that? You're gonna love him.
You'll absolutely love him.
You seen Dune? No.
Nobody's seen it. He's like, yes, I have, with Carl McLaughlin. The David Lynch one? Yes, I love that one. Yeah, well, there'll be a better one soon.
Maybe. We don't know yet.
I would love to listen to... They got this actor back like 20 years later to do DVD commentary.
On Dune?
No. Could you imagine? God, I love what David Lynch does here with just none of it making sense. It's like Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. It just doesn't. It's not cohesive. I love it.
Which is weird because you'd think smashing together two films would be cohesive. It just doesn't work.
He's like, I don't understand this movie. Where's the first half of it just being another movie?
It's the only film he's seen, so he assumes every film should be like this. I saw Fight Club, and I just didn't get it. Why didn't they, midway through the film, stop that film?
Why isn't half of this Zodiac? It must have been so weird for him because they're like, he comes home with the script and he's like, wife, I'm the main character. And she's like, wow, that's great. And he's like, I don't get anything to do for the first flips page, 40 pages. Oh wait, no, there's a younger actor playing me for those pages. Flips page. Oh good, I'm in the last 10.
But I've also got...
But I am the lead.
Apparently, like, the interview room stuff took 2 days to film, which is most of the film.
Here's what I'll say. Considering what they got out of it, they probably should have only spent a day.
Because it's like the same shots. Ridiculous.
It's like 5 different shots. There's a part where he finishes a story and the doctor raises his head from just writing the words red car question mark, and he looks left, right, and is like, where'd he go? And Ricky pops up inches away from his face and is like, I'm here. What's up, Doc? You lose me?
Oh, okay, so that's Ricky's story. He pretty much does the exact same stuff as, not Benny, what's his name? What's the main character's name? Billy.
He sees his butt during sex, and I didn't like that.
Did you? Where was that?
Sorry, when he fucks Jennifer.
Oh, he does. This is a weird... So Ricky kills some people.
I think it threw me, because I was expecting nipple, and I got butt. Surprised somebody didn't come in and be like, can we draw some nipples on that butt? Can we get the prosthetic nipples in here, please?
We've got a whole box right here. It's the 80s. What do you think? This will never end, this line of work.
I got this from the same shed where the axe was kept from The Shining.
$5 to throw in the bin over there.
Oh, they're all mismatched nipples. Alright, I guess the right cheek will be a thick black one, and the left cheek will be... no, just crippled.
The aola, just the aola? I guess so.
Is that real terminology?
Aola, isn't that the bit outside the nipple?
No clue, I don't know that much about the nipple. But we're learning something about you today.
We're learning something about you today, but you don't know your own body, Carl.
So, I've got the penis, I think.
Balls, not sure, but I'll say no.
We'll find out. There was a time when I went to a very cold, deep part of water, and they have not come out of my body. I've got an empty sack that flails in the wind.
like a flag at half mast.
Yep. Doesn't help because the penis is at just a low mast all the time. You know what it kind of looks like? A nipple.
I don't think you know what a nipple is. I'm gonna say it right now.
I don't. What's in it?
Anyway, so then I just want to get to the bit.
So anyway, look, the doctor's like, here's a picture of Jennifer, tell me about Jennifer. And he's like, that's the only woman I've ever cared about.
We're an hour and 10 into this hour 30 film, which is strange because now we've met Jennifer. They meet at a car park, they crash into each other, they both look at each other and go, hey, I love you, let's go to the movies.
Do you want to explain what happens at the movies?
It is probably the best, honestly, like, I wish we just cut out the first part of the film, because it's so done. The movie theatre scene...
From this part, the movie shoots up in terms of comedy.
Oh my god, okay.
So funny.
So they're at the movies, Jennifer and Ricky. They're watching this film. Jennifer goes, this is a really weird film. And Ricky's like, what's it about? And Jennifer goes... It's about a guy who dresses up as Santa and kills people, which is insane because the first film's about this, the second film's about this, now they're watching a movie about this. Is this film genius, Carl?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Perfect.
But like the fact that he gets triggered into murder by things that are red.
Yeah. Like a bull.
Yeah, like, so the fact that he's sitting there watching this movie and is like, what's this movie about? And she's like, it's about a guy dressed up as Santa Claus that goes on a killing rampage and goes, oh, what? And immediately locks into kill mode and is like, oh, there's people talking up the back, I'll go murder them.
Oh, he pretty much goes, he's like, I need to kill someone. Who will I kill? And then immediately smash cut to the theater. This dicky guy is just like, ha, nice tits, girl. I'm the worst. I'm going to smoke and throw popcorn at everyone. Oh, don't kill me. I'm fun. And then Ricky's just like, I'm going to kill that guy.
There's a part where she looks back and it's just this guy's legs flailing with popcorn as he's murdered, and she's like, oh, I guess he left.
Oh, God.
Okay, so then we get to, he kills Jennifer. We'll just cut to him killing Jennifer.
Yeah.
Because she gulps at one stage and goes, oh no. And I was like, is this the fucking Road Runner? Who gave this direction? Because clearly one of the directors is going campy comedy.
Yeah.
And the other one is like,
we're brooding.
This movie's going to be powerful. It's going to be a classic.
It can't be. Anyway, yeah, so then her ex-boyfriend... Yeah, but because her ex-boyfriend, Chip, who is probably my favourite character, because he's just as high energy as Ricky.
Like, he's also probably a killer.
Yeah.
I look at Chip and I'm like, well, you're a murderer for sure.
So then he finds out that Jennifer's not a virgin, is that right?
Well, he's already fucked Jennifer.
But he's angry that Jennifer isn't a virgin because she's fucked Chip. So then
because that's a sin and he's raised by nuns?
I think so, yeah.
Right, okay.
So then he punches Chip. He then gets a car battery, puts it in his mouth, and fries him. This is comedy gold, honestly. Jennifer's like, ugh, why'd you do that for? He then grabs the car antenna, snaps it off, strangles her, and the film, this last 10 minutes, made the film.
He is just like, I fucking love killing.
I love Ricky.
He loves to kill. So out of nowhere, a cop, I guess, has seen all of this and is like, runs over, gets up right in his face with a gun and is like, I'm going to arrest you. Ricky simply just grabs the gun, turns it up and around on him, and the guy pulls the trigger anyway.
And blows his brain out.
Shoots himself in the head, and he just holds the gun. And to Ricky, this is the funniest fucking gun he's ever found. He looks at it and laughs like it's fucking John Mulaney or something. He's like, God, this gun has so many funny
Ah! We got his wide mouth going. And then he's just like,
should I shoot this? What should I do with this?
He just sees a guy, he's like, bang! Shoot ya! Oh, God.
Yeah, just like, and then continues to laugh like, oh, I've got so much power. Who would have thought? Bang.
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 Bang. Bang. Bang. Bang.
Bang, bang, bang.
Carl.
So then, you can do it.
Well,
you can explain.
I didn't know that this was the film that had this meme in it.
Oh, interesting.
So I was like, hey, it's that thing. It's that thing.
Were you like that Leonardo DiCaprio meme?
Yes. Look at us referencing memes. We're young.
We are very young. Speaking of which, I do have to get my catheter checked.
I'm going to throw you into the lawn. I'm going to bury you.
No, not like grandma.
No, like my superior. It's the garbage day meme.
Yeah.
He shoots a garbage guy, and he's like, garbage day, and shoots him.
It's so stilted and bizarre, though. Like, garbage day, bang.
Slow motion.
A girl then bumps into him on a bike, and I'm like, how are you not reading this situation, girl? She's like, oh, how do I get are you gonna...
But then Ricky kind of goes...
Do I reverse and you go... Oh, do you want...
I'll step to the left.
You want... Oh, I've already turned to the left.
Okay, let me just... let me turn around. We both go left at once. 3, 2, left.
Yep.
Do you get past?
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'll keep going. Bye! Bye, Mr. Murderer!
Bang! Bang! Bang!
This was an intense stunt. I think shoots a car once.
This is actually, like... Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
Frightening stunt.
This is like, I was so surprised. So he shoots a car, it drives up like on like a bin or something, and then it's like on 2 wheels. It just misses the man.
Yeah, the actor's head or the stunt. Like it's so close, it looks like it's a stunt gone awry. Like it wasn't meant to tip so much.
No,
because I think he kind of steps out of the way of it.
He does a little bit. I was terrified because it shows out of nowhere. You're like,
Yeah.
did they almost kill that guy?
And it's like, where'd they get that money from? Because they haven't had money this whole film.
No, as was evident by the tapes.
Because the car rolls back onto its wheels,
Yeah.
does nothing for a beat, then blows up.
Oh.
That's when all the police show up and they're like,
No, they don't show up. Ricky's just walking, and they've already
he's
set
like
up.
a Terminator.
Yeah, literally, and they set up a police barricade. Luckily, he walked down that street. Oh, and then he's like, "I'm gonna shoot all you policemen." And the policemen are like,
And the policemen are like, we're going to shoot you. And then he's like, jokes, I'm going to shoot myself. And they're like, no, you've got so much to live for.
They are pleading for his life. Someone almost goes a tear.
Yeah, I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah,
He killed so many
so
people.
many.
He killed Chip.
Yeah. Moments ago, they shot up Santa Man on
He
the
already killed a cop.
Yeah, he definitely should be shot. Anyway, he's out of bullets, so he can't commit suicide.
So it cuts. He's back in the mental institution, but something's changed. The tapes run out.
Well, actually, Carl, I was thinking about this because the tape hasn't run out. It's been used to strangle the interrogator. How long has Ricky been talking while the interrogator's been dead? Because he's done another tape. So has Ricky killed him, loaded up another tape, done all the stuff, and then monologued for like 2 hours?
Look, from what we've seen of the film, he is conservative on money. He probably is a conservative.
I think so.
I think he killed him with tape and then went, well, I'm going to use the rest of the tape to continue telling my story.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
So people know... I bet he doesn't want this to be like a Zodiac situation where we don't know what happened.
No.
And I think he's like, no, like, people need closure, families need closure, they need to know what happened.
And that's a big flaw with Zodiac, I think, the film. Don't know. This film, though, you know.
I kind of like it because David Fincher's like...
I do like
this
it.
Is who, well, they do give you, like...
Oh, you know who it is.
Who he estimates is the killer
Yeah.
from the research himself.
Yeah.
I think it would be so interesting... I feel like we might have talked about this on the podcast before, but I think it would be really interesting if the Zodiac Killer wrote a book and then gave it to a lawyer and went, you're allowed to publish this once I die. And I think that would be such a high-selling book.
Oh my god, it'd be so much.
Could you imagine how insane that would be if, like, they just released, like, the memoir of the Zodiac Killer after he had died?
But also, I feel like the lawyer would be, like, shot and killed because, like, who was he? It's like, I can't say legally. It's like, ugh.
But the book just says, you'd have to say it's authored by Zodiac.
Mr. Zodiac,
It's
the
just,
killer.
It's just star signs. Because it's crazy, he just stopped killing.
I thought he just died. Or she.
Mm.
Powerful. Saying that, though, I still think it's the stair guy in that terrifying basement scene.
Oh, God. That is such a frightening scene.
Oh, God.
Like a proper horror movie moment.
Yeah.
So much of that movie's frightening. I love the part where he's like, I'm going to throw your baby from the car. Like, that is chilling. Like, just his outlined shadow.
Yeah.
And it just cuts, and he's like, she's crying on the side of the road. Like, it's
good stuff.
Oh, God. Zodiac is a slept-on movie.
It is, honestly. I think it's just a bit long. I think that's why people don't love it.
Also costs too much money.
How much did it cost?
Sorry? It's like an $80 million film.
Did not make a lot of money?
No.
Yeah.
Bummed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like now, though, he's got, like...
Yeah, he's got good cred.
I feel like people were going back and watch.
But also, I just think that genre's shot up.
What, like, sort of murder... Like that
Yeah,
sort of,
like, I think since doing all these true crime podcasts and documentaries and stuff, people are so much more interested. I reckon if Zodiac came out today by David Fincher,
yeah,
it'd make so much more money.
Especially with the cast, like Robert De Niro.
Oh, yeah.
Not De Niro,
Robert Downey
Jr.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Mark Ruffalo.
Delicious Mark Ruffalo.
A lot of Avengers, actually.
Kevin Feige rip off Zodiac?
I think so.
Oh, no.
Lazy.
Anyway, let's get back to this. He basically escapes from the asylum and is like, I'm going to go kill Mother Superior. And I'm like, do it.
Do it.
Fucking do
We're
it. She
all
deserves to die.
She's like in her like a retirement home, almost dead at this point.
Yeah, her face is bubbly.
Not sure why.
They said she had a stroke, but I don't think strokes make your face
I don't
bubble.
think so, unless it's like blood clotted it. I think it's just a de-ager, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
He steals a...
to de-age her.
to re-age her. To upper-ager her.
Upper-age her.
That's the...
Do you reckon it's the same actress? Is it?
Think so?
Yeah, I don't know.
can't really tell. He robs one of those like charity Santas and then calls Mother Superior like, I'm gonna get you.
And she's like, oh, great.
This again. It is Ricky.
He looks awesome in a Santa costume.
He does.
He's bulky. He's sexy in it.
Yeah.
Good on him.
Do we all chub up?
Let's all chub.
3, 2.
Chop. Oh.
Ow! I'll say again, I think this film has like a good bit, like the nun's house number is 666. That's pretty funny.
He also gets floored by a leather chair. It's like he
does.
stabs a wheelchair when she's like just gonna roll down the stairs.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, I cannot get this.
How the hell am I meant to do this?
Anyway, anyway, he beheads her and the police show up and he's shot dead.
Yeah.
Anything else?
It ends with the weirdest shots I've ever seen. I think it's just B-roll of this like knife coming down and then the credits start. I don't know what that was.
I don't know either. Was it the director Was it the director just trying to kill the audience?
Maybe. That's what I was thinking, like a final scare.
Or do you reckon they threw a knife between the two directors and went, only one of you cannot have credit? And they both went, neither of us want the credit.
Lee Harry gets the credit.
Oh, not Lee Harry.
Oh yeah, Lee Harry. Rightio, Carl. What a strange piece of media.
It's the fact that we've had to watch 4 very distinctive, horrible Christmas films, like, in a row, in a short amount of time, driving me a little insane.
Oh, definitely.
That this was too much for me.
This is pretty painful.
Yeah.
This
was awful.
I wish I just watched... If you've seen the Garbage Day bit, you want to see the film, just watch the last 10 minutes of this.
Well, so if you want to watch the whole scene surrounding the Garbage Day bit, that's hilarious.
That is
Him
funny.
laughing at his gun for a elongated amount of time, walking around, not shooting, but just laughing at the gun is a real stroke of genius.
Yeah, I think so. It's like you can't write that kind of comedy. That kind of bad movie comedy. That's gems right there. But yeah. Okay, Carl, who would watch this?
As for who would watch this, I think if you are somebody that does like bad movies that are funny, I was of the opinion that this was going to be better.
I thought so
Because I'd heard
too.
it was a lot of... I don't think it's as good as some of the others that are out there.
No, I think in terms of a bad film, like a bad, so bad it's so good, the start is painful.
Yeah.
It's just...
It takes nearly an hour for this movie to become enjoyable.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't get funny bad until... Like, and when I looked at people, like, who made fun of this movie, their reaction is towards the end. They don't cover all the slog that is just the recap of the first movie.
Exactly.
Which is like a B slasher. So you're not even watching a bad movie for the first 4. You're just watching kind of a boring film without any sort of way to get into it because you don't know these characters because all the character stuff's cut out anyway.
Exactly. So, and you'd think, at least you get to see the sort of deaths, but they're not like comically gruesome. So, I mean, the Santa element's kind of funny, but it's not like enough for 40 minutes.
No.
So
there's 5 of these.
Yeah, I saw that.
What do we think the 5th one's about? Take a stab in the dark. What do you reckon the 5th one's about?
I think it's the combination of the 3rd movie and the 4th movie combined with a sprinkling of the first intercut with it.
Wow, I bet you didn't see this coming. An elderly toy maker and his son make killer toys designed to kill their customers, children.
Are they just using the name? Is that it?
I guess so.
But genuinely, like, who would
from the script directed by the script supervisor of Inglorious Bastards, Django Unchained, The Hateful Eight, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
The 5th one is directed by the
script
guys like
supervisor of all of Quentin Tarantino's go-to.
Quentin Tarantino has definitely watched the 5th.
Oh, and fucking loved it.
What's the 5th one? What's the ratings like? Because at that point...
It's at 4.3. It's higher than this. It's the highest rated one apart from the first one on IMDb.
I reckon it's pretty campy. I wouldn't even mind watching that then.
Yeah, okay. End the podcast. We're going to go review 5. Delete this! Oscar, what about you for who would watch this?
I think, I don't think it's actually really for anybody. Unless, of course, you like watching... Not what you like, just watching the sequel, and you're always like, I have no idea what's going on. wish there was a recap.
It was nice this was on Amazon Prime. I love when a movie is accessible.
Thank God. There's like some on YouTube, but the ones I'm paying for, it's painful.
Oh, they didn't even have any of the other ones. So it's like Amazon Prime must be well aware that...
It's a meme.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm sure people want to watch this. It's a good marketing thing.
Yeah.
Constantly, you're kind of like, what's it? Because there's definitely a market for those bad films. And this is like infamously like a bad film.
I think as for who else would watch this, if you love... Or if you have ever gone to a petrol station and bought one of those DVD 2-packs.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like this movie and that movie on one DVD. What a deal for like $3.99. You'll love this. Because it's both. It's just both.
You don't even have to change the DVD.
Oh, how awesome is that?
That's great.
If
you have a DVD player and you're going, oh, this is a hassle, you're going to love this film.
Yeah. Alright, Oscar, palate cleanser?
I watched, and I'm going through, all the Final Destinations.
Ooh.
So I watched the second one.
Oh, love the second one.
I'll say this now, because I originally started with, I think, the fifth one or the fourth one. I'm not entirely sure. But those ones I love because it's just the fun deaths. The first one caught me off guard. It's a lot of plot, and I feel like an absolute idiot when I say this, but the first one was too much plot. The second one's great because they go, nah, we're just going to kill him.
The second one's inciting incident is a phenomenal set piece.
It's so cool, isn't it?
It's so well shot.
It's the logs coming off the of the thing.
But they look great.
They do. It's 2004.
They must have shut down a highway to do it. Like, it looks... There's so many collisions and, like, trucks flipping and going through flames and the logs coming off.
Yeah.
Because you'd seen the log death before, right?
I'd never seen that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because that's such a...
It's great.
I do not like driving by
No,
trucks.
I feel like that film has now made log truckers... Like, they get all the space in the road because no one's going near them. I really liked it. I think they're, like, the perfect campy... Still like good horror films.
The second one's a little bit more funny too. It ends on a gag.
Yeah, with the that small ginger boy getting blown up.
Like, it's good. I think the second one is probably my favorite.
Nice.
So yeah.
And then then I think the fourth one's called like the final one, and they have a fifth one.
The final list. Yeah.
How did they go? Did they sort of just get? A bit
3,
more.
I think, is the worst.
Yeah. That's directed by the same one as the first one.
Yeah, which is weird.
Yeah.
It's not fun, creative deaths. It's just like CGI kind of blood.
Yeah.
So it's like really poor. The only way to enjoy the third one is I genuinely think go and buy the DVD because it's choose your own adventure.
No.
And I used to love with friends watching that, and it would be like go left or right, and you would just hit enter on the remote.
Yeah.
And it would just slightly change the deaths.
That's cool.
Like.
Love that.
Like it's
before Until Dawn. They did it before that.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's too funny.
And then the fifth one was in 3D, so I guess that was fun.
Cool.
But sorry, the fourth one was in 3D. Well, the fourth and fifth one were in 3D. But yeah, so I think the third is still the worst.
Nice. How are you ranking them?
2, 5, 1, 4, 3. Which I think the fifth one should be more celebrated.
It's kind of just tacked on the end, but I feel like it's...
Yeah, but it's like...
we saw that one, didn't we? That's the one with...
Yeah, I showed you that when we were at that place.
Yeah. Sounds dodgy.
With that other person.
Ah, yes.
Yes, the threesome.
Oh, that was fun.
But yeah.
Yeah. All right, Carl, what was your palette?
I watched one of the best films of the year called The Sound of Metal, or Sound of Metal. Have you heard of this?
I've heard the sound of music, but not the sound of metal.
Yeah. So it's a movie about a drummer that's going deaf.
Mm-hmm.
And the sound design is kind of like from his point of view, and it's so well like managed, and so interestingly like edited, and such a just like sad character piece of his like just addiction and unwinding of what it's like to lose your hearing, and what he gives up to try and regain it, and like the rehabilitation places he goes and the people that he meets, like so good. So good. I think it's the movie Amazon bought it from Sundance or something. And I think that's the one they're pushing for their Oscar movie. Because I think the lead is great. It's Riz Ahmed. Do you know him?
No, I don't. Sorry, what was he in?
He's in like Nightcrawler. And
Yes, I do know him.
Yeah.
Yes, he's fantastic.
Yeah, so he does an awesome performance.
Is he the main character?
Yeah, he's the main character,
Nice.
and then all the supporting characters are excellent. It's got the dying girl from Earl and the dying girl.
Hooray.
And then it was excellent, and I think everybody should watch it.
Very cool. Well, what are we going to be reviewing next week?
Next week, we're going to be talking about the 2012 classic?
Classic? I think so.
Last Ounce of Courage.
And that's our final Christmas film.
Yeah, and the final film of the year will be Christmas next week. So
And are you excited for it?
I am beyond excited. We'll be going into how we found the movie, but boy, how exciting.
How exciting.
Until next week, bye-bye.
Goodbye. Thank you for listening.
Alright guys, thank you for listening. Tell your friends about us. Maybe one day we'll read out your weather. You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, and YouTube.
And if you have a film you'd like us to review or questions you'd like to ask, email us at askwwwtpodcast@gmail.com.
You can leave us 5 stars on iTunes or any sort of praise anywhere. It helps new listeners find us and our egos grow.
Alternatively, don't do anything and see if we care.
Yep, ball's in your court.
Thanks for listening.
See you next week.